Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 3 replay. Spawn on the right side as the blue Italians, we have Zweistein83. Spawn on bottom left side as the red Ethiopians, we have Vindian. No deck selected there, and no deck selected there just yet. On the map, we do have the Jesuits, some Conquistadors, and remember as well, on this side of the map, it is actually something different. We got Sufi Mosque, which does give you access to Quizbalash, looks like a hybrid cavalry unit. Market going on up for the Italians. And on this map, there's actually a number of herdable livestock you can claim. Some water buffalo. Water buffalo could give you quite a bit of food. Also could be very useful for the Ethiopian to seize them as quickly as he can. Because I'm pretty sure if he collects them up, he can use them on the livestock market. Yep. So this is actually pretty good for the Ethiopians, as well as potentially Hasua. Native civilizations can also make good use of them as well, since their farms also can act as a fattening livestock pen. Then they can get them a bit more easily fattened up to be eaten. House going on up, and now I do have two Lombards as well. Of course, he is using architects for that, or a architect, which will take a significant amount of time, to say the least. Hunting doggos being researched immediately, as well as the saga, these weird deer things. They have a weird face. Are they a deer or a ram? Goat? What is their... Are they a deer, goat, ram variation? I have no idea. Pietro Polo Polo. That sounds like actually a custom name. Can't say the top of my head. Well, we do have Ali Milnot. Melenot. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Which probably is randomly generated there. We got some orangutans now being gunned down. Not a Harambe, but... And Red will steal this treasure of 100 experience. That's actually quite nice. That gave him a third of a shipment. And we do have a deck selected here, S3, which does include the Trinity Shiftas, villagers and outlaw hit points increased, and outlaws cost less population room. Is he aiming for some sort of mercenary deck or outlaw deck? Hobbits, more coin in mountain monasteries, ironmongers, faster coin collection, and Indian spice trade. Trade routes supply more resources, and native settlements now trickle more influence. Interesting. So, I think we have some sort of outlaw deck for the Ethiopians. Wood, coin, influence, Gassienas, Hotel Warriors, Liberia Rock Church, ships one mountain monastery and one abbot. Mines with mountain monasteries last longer. Falsetti's Castle, Abbins, Falsazi Gold, Coin Influence, Oromo Warriors, Sebastopol Mortar, Hyacinth Horsemen, Safari, ships a number of Hacienda Hotel Warriors, as well as make the cheapest reduce faster and cheaper. Loyal Warriors, Native Warriors, Mercenaries, and Outlaws cost 15% less, including shipments of them. Not bad, so he does have two things that can affect Outlaws, as well as some Natives. So got a Native Outlaw deck, looks like. Isaro Forms, Sebastopol Mortars, Royal Fortifications, and Berber Allies. He does have actually a shipment available, and he's going for the Portuguese. The non-Portuguese is going for the Governor, and Steel Traps, eyeing for the food collection upgrades pretty quickly. Got Capitalism, Advanced Politicians, Yusufesi, how do you pronounce that? Monte de Pita, Musketeers, Infantry Hit Points, Fanar Allies, Infinite Fanar Allies, I should say, Broken Lance Company, Financiers, Genoese Financier, I cannot pronounce that word. can't even pronounce the words I should be able to pronounce. Musketeers, Cavalry Combat, Falconets, German Company, which gives you 6 Jaegers and 5 Giant Grenadiers, Black Company, Malaysian Arsenal, Royal Mint, Florentine Financiers, 12 Bergslagiers, skirmishers trained to move fast, sounds like people after defeating enemies. So they do have an air horn meme, Alpani, Gaz, pronounce any the same, Papal Bombards, Papal Company, Bourbon Allies, Robber Barons, only one factory. Mountain Monastery Outpost and a castle's been pulled out here. He's claiming the coin on the front line, the middle. He's able to claim the coin back a little bit later. This is a copper mine, looks like, which is the same collection as a tin mine. Actually, no, tin has less coin in it. Copper and tin, you can make bronze. We got these desert warriors now being pulled on out. They are a musketeer variant with a good attack speed but lower damage, and they have range resist and melee resist. Doesn't musketeers usually have melee resist? So we got a bit more of a durable musketeer in traditional combat. Got the experience shipment. He does currently have 3 Lombards on the, actually 4 Lombard field, or 3 actually build. Got barracks not going up by the architects. He has food deposited on in, so he's getting a good trickle of other resources, including some experience. And I was going for some Fenar allies for 8 or 9 Everzone skirmishers, natives. The skirmishers will be useful versus these desert warriors. The Basilica is also providing 1 experience per second, so he's getting a good amount of experience generation. He is at pop cap at the moment, and he's not building any house. Oh, does just got complete a house there, so never mind. Does get a bit damaged there. And now it does his Everzones here. Everzones, of course, a skirmisher with excellent multipliers, but with low base damage. Should be very effective. He does also have some cannoneers here, which are an obelisk variant that deal siege damage, and they are classified as light infantry with a bit of range resist, so the Everzones will not be effective versus them, but in return, they'll be just as effective.
Διαταγάς
16 range versus 18 range, so the cannoneers seem like generally better, especially with the siege damage. And now he's going for the Broken Lands Company. He does not have any additional villagers being queued up at the moment. Has a number of musketeers on the front line as well, so this cannoneers will be effective versus them. This will give him 3 Papal Lancers, 1 Stratet. I don't know what the strat is on top of my head, but Papal Lancers, of course, an excellent cavalry, a very heavy cavalry. Right, so taking the opportunity to seize the gold in the mountain in the center of the map, or coin, I should say. And there's actually a good number of whales out at sea. So there's up to 6 whales.
στο γελέκι.
Does take out the Emir there. We do now have a handful of Desert Ridders, which they do siege attack, and not any bonus multipliers, so they are siege variant Hussar, without having good siege attack themselves. And they're starting to take a bit of damage. They actually do have a good rate of fire with their siege attack. They actually do have a 1.5 attack speed compared to the Musketeers 3. So they're lower damage offset by the higher attack speed for the siege attack. He's not going for more shipments. He may want to go for the... Yep, he's going for the Monte La Pista, which will put 600 coin into the Lombards. He does have all resources being deposited on in, so he's getting great conversions. If you set up a macro, you can perhaps get even greater conversions. We do have some desert archers now in the field. Evazone's starting to fire away. He does have an age up available, but he does have quite a sizable force on his front steps. The Evazone's gonna be very useful. Musketeers are protecting the Evazones, a very good combination. And now here's the people Lancers. They have 700 health, and they do also a little bit bonus damage versus the infantry. Not a whole lot, but 50% is quite nice. So they will be very effective versus this entire composition. They're heavy enough to push through his opponent's Desert Warriors, who do still have a good damage multiplier, but Able Lancers have a lot of health to work with. No melee resist, only range resist. And now we do have the Adventurer. Another shrim's available. He could try Falconets. Falconets would be the best item in my opinion. Oh, he's going to go for the fast age up. The Adventurer is ready to explore. Musketeers being pulled now. And his opponent's going for Jesuits. On the side of the map, there's also access to Jesuits, so he may be eyeing for some sort of combo there. Jesuits do give him building hit points, not important. Gunpowder damage, that could be very important. And Christian schools, fast build time, not important. Now got a shipment of Genoese, not Genoese crossbows, that's the wrong game. Pacifiers. Which are, of course, a crossbow variant. It is cheap. Large shield providing high hit points, so it's has more hit points. They are classified as light infantry, good versus heavy infantry. Yep, basically a crossbow variant with extra health. And now we do have some fishing boats out on the field by the Italians. Trim available for the Ethiopians, and maybe a good idea to go for a Sevastopol mortar. Maybe for Safari, giving you 10 mil. He doesn't have. By the time he ages up, he may have enough influence. This will give him a good number of units, as well as cheaper upgrades for those said units, which could be useful. And he probably wants to go for, if he's planning to be aggressive, he needs those upgraders sooner rather than later. So if he wants to be aggressive, this is probably the one to go for. And so far he's not deployed out any outlaws. Pacifiers now push away forward. Veteran Pacifiers, Everzones, and Musketeers. Veteran Musketeers. Castle firing away. He does have, of course, an outpost here as well, which does also have basic attacks. Sorry, I heard my phone go off. Damn spam call. I do not care about getting a new phone company. Howdy. Age of Empires 3 today. I will take a look at it tomorrow. Can you send a Twitch private message just to remind me, just in case I forget to grab it before ending the stream? Just as a backup plan. And another shipment's available. He has gotten the Sevastopol there. Thank you. Because knowing me, I will forget. I am definitely not the best. After all, I don't play Company Wars 1, so my win rate is 0 out of 0 games. Clearly not the best, because it's not 100%. Yep. Will do. You're welcome. Let's see now. Looks like the Ethiopian players now go for the Sinar Horsemen, if I remember correctly as well. Sinar Horsemen are pretty heavy, like Papal Lancers. I think they have like 1,000 health each. Let's see, 5 Sinar Horsemen. Doesn't say any population there, so there may be a native variant. and getting mixed up with a different horseman. We are seeing some armored pistoliers being put on field, a mercenary unit for the Italians. Got a big engagement there. Cavalry's now pushing way forward, trying to overrun the Falconets. Papal Lancers pushing way forward. Those find some Desert Warriors there. Falconets do get overran by the Desert Raiders. Very, very good. One of the Desert Raiders is being healed up. Not sure what's healing them up at the moment. Papal Lancers now advance on the flank, hitting the archers and Albus guns to the back. Pacifiers are still over here. Sentinel Horsemen engaging. They are 1,000 health one. They are mercenary. And they are 4 population. Blue got a pretty good collapse in around the Ethiopian army. And now the Italian player can age up, and he has a pretty good engagement here, but the Sentinel Horsemen still alive. Looks like more musketeers now pulled on out by the watchtower. That may have been a shipment. I am not sure where that came from. Now let's push this way forward. Blue's having trouble with all the Sentinel Horsemen, which are all of them are still alive. If you get some Aben over here, the Abens are the monk units that can also heal and collect coin from mountain monsters. So bringing one over here to get the Sentinel Horsemen healed up may be worth it. You usually don't take time to heal up your units, but in this case, a high quality mercenaries like this, you really don't want them to die. They have 1,000 health. Good Hussar melee attack, so it's normal there, but 1,000 health Hussars are pretty tanky. And here comes the Abens here. Is he actually going to heal them up? Yes, he has them in formation, so he is going to heal them up. Got some Oromo warriors. I remember the Oromo warriors in Age of Empires 2 were really poor accuracy. Hopefully these guys are a bit better. They have a musket charge attack as well as a melee attack with a good rate of fire, so they are a very, very powerful Hussar variant. Not only having more damage than a regular Hussar, faster attack speed, and a charge attack. So they're a very good hybrid Hussar, I guess. They don't have melee resist, they do have range resist, which their primary method is melee attack, which is important. Ry's doing a good job of cleaning up all the food there. Lombards right now are currently providing nothing. He's going for a delivery of 3 priests. That must have been a church research, because I don't see that as a card over here, and that seems like nobody will go for that as a card. But he's taking time to heal up these units, which the Papal Lancers, like the Sentinel Horsemen, are very heavy. It's probably a good idea to get a medic for them. He does have some of these armored pistoliers. They are a musketeer variant with a very good range attack, and they also have the damage absorption capability. They are a 4 population musketeer with a bit of AoE attack with them. Their range or melee resist is also 60 as well. So they can withstand those Sentinel Horsemen very, very easily. We got some Black Riders here. Black Riders are a Dragoon variant. They do have good damage multipliers as Dragoons, but they also don't have any penalties barring Villagers. Good damage. It looks like that. They're classed as mercenaries, right? Yeah, mercenaries, armored pistoliers. Mercenaries, so maybe spies and whatever variant the Ethiopians pull out may be useful to engage mercenaries. Papal Lancers are not a mercenary unit, however, they're just an elite unit and a very heavy unit. Some of these units are going to go down. Castle and Outpost would like to go down there. He has saved most of his army. Some of the Papal Lancers are severely wounded, but he will keep them alive. The Ethiopian is going for more cows, as well as some spies. He is going for some spies to engage the mercenaries. Very, very good. He's trying to pull out a counter. Let's see. How heavy are spies? They have 200 health, which is not bad. They do times 20% or times 20 damage versus mercenary, so they have a 2,000 damage bonus against mercenary. Their base attack is 5, so 20 times 5 is 40. No. 100. So 100 damage versus mercenaries is good, but they will have, as well as 200 damage versus the hero. But remember, the armored pistoliers do also have great melee resist, so they should be able to withstand quite a bit there. He is bringing influence on these trade posts. Yes, be careful of spies. You may want to try. Can you up? I know very little about how spies work in this game and how they can get them properly upgraded. The assassin upgrade, is that only through a card, or can you get that through a saloon? What is even the saloon for the Ethiopians? Mountain Monster is under siege. He's claimed up quite a bit of coin there. Both players now in Industrial Age. The Italians now bring in the advanced, the advanced arsenal. Ships one arsenal, make arsenal technologies 50% cheaper, enables the advanced improvements. Very good Age 3 card. People tend not to go for this card in Age 2, so having a more powerful version in Age 3 is always quite nice. Plus, you get the arsenal itself for free. Very good card. More armored pistoliers. Got the arsenal wagon there. And now we've got some big mortars. Spies are camouflage. And now I'm thinking, I have always baked TF2 references. That spy ain't one of ours. Sorry. I'm trying to think which quote to save in Team Fortress 2. Gentlemen. Oh great, now I only can think of the surprise meme, which is an old meme for Team Fortress 2. Champion Sebastopol mortars now being pushed field. Balistica, of course, not very resilient to a big mortar. Got a plantation and or estate and a mill being put on field. Architects, of course, build these for free. He does have some towns here as well. He does have some fisher boats on the whales. Maybe could either focus more on the whales rather than estates. Lombards now receiving some fire. This final wood deposit is being cleaned on up. Not cleaned, but expended. Right now, the Italians do have quite a good population there on the field, getting all the arsenal research, trying to go for the additional upgrades. More spies being pulled on out. Those are Papal Lancers. They're not mercenaries. He's making a big mistake by hitting them. That's a big mistake of hitting them. Papal Lancers do not receive bonus damage from the spies. They need to hit these Black Riders, as well as these giant grenadiers. I think those are mercenaries. Now they're starting to engage, getting some good damage here. Papal Lancers engaging. So it's good. Freddy has a good number of backlines. Spies are cleaving through the mercenaries. Black Riders all gone down. Armored Pistoliers getting stabbed to death. Now got another group of Papal Guard on field. They are, of course, also not mercenary. Just another elite unit. And the big Papal Bombards, of course, not mercenary either. Holy Artillery, but the problem is they don't create holes. They tend just to obliterate their target. So not so Holy Artillery. Trying to overrun the artillery now with his elite Javelin Riders. They're in melee mode. Their hand attack does 2 points of force artillery. One Papal Bombard does go down. The Papal Guard and fighting. They are, of course, an advanced spear unit. Talbot shipment has arrived. Steam coach is being researched by Red. He has both trade posts in the field. And now he's getting forced on back. And I hear some tooting of the horns. So he has gotten out the guard, was how do we pronounce that? They're also not a mercenary unit. Choo choo. And now I'm only thinking, since I also did a full playthrough on the channel of Gears of War's tactics, I can only think of all the times I mentioned the Cole's quote, the coal train runs a whole grain. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked a little bit too much. We have the Abbins here, ready to heal up these units. He's lost all those mercenaries. He is getting out some of these Neftanya, which are a skirmisher variant. Good damage, good range, good multipliers. Though they don't appear to be have any veteran research. They may want to get that fixed. It's going for his own counter infantry rifling. And Somali coinage not being pulled out. Other Bosca not being pulled out as well. We got champion Berber camel riders now being pulled on the field. As well as do have cow loans. I guess he's getting some cows. His opponent right now is eyeing for some honor Quizbalash, the natives over here. He is nowhere near max of pop. Both players lost their armies, so they're both taking down and reinforced. They're thinking their opponent is rapidly building up the army, which is correct. Robber barons, more papal bombards. You can use the robber barons to get out papal bombards, right? I would definitely go for that. I'm a little bit biased towards the heavy cannon, and I will always make that clear, because I love heavy cannon. Quizbalash, honor Quizbalash. Let's see, their hand attack is a lancer variant, while they do have a range attack that does no multiplier, so it's not a dragoon variant. They are classified as heavy range cavalry, not light cavalry. So they are a weaker lance. Now the lancer's base damage is a little bit lower, so they're a lancer with a range attack. It may be best to keep them in melee mode, though they do have a good range rate of fire. Now we got 4 papal bombards push forward, but honestly not enough escort. These papal guards, they do have the damage absorption ability, but well, they are anti-cavalry, and this one is one good number of cavalry. $51. Oh, the cannons are probably a little bit too far forward. Gets a good shot there, but they're still very exposed. Camels are now pushing way forward, trying to hit the bombards. Nafaya is trying to hit the papal guard. We got the Emir here. One papal bombard does go down. Reinforcements pushing forward. We got the tootings of the horns, and all the papal bombards have gone down. Their military forces are a similar size. Blue's trying to fall back, start to step away with his skirmishers. Gets good damage on the retreat because his Berber camel riders, desert riders getting hit as well. Now he's switched for the skirmishers. I think losing the papal bombards is not something that can easily be replaced, so I think Talon's overall lost that engagement. He's now going for the Safari, the Ethiopian player, and going for his own falconets, or field guns I should say, and now just got more guard skirmishers, which will be exploded by those falconets. So falconets are a good transition. He's trying to get out mortar now, got some armored pistoliers to go along with this force. Just having a couple units for damage absorption could be very useful. There are musketeer variants, so they can mix in the formation quite well, and they will draw fire first. And his opponent has run out of spies to stab him back. One more for the Quizbalash. He is making use of the Lombards now for wood and coin. Roman allies give him 25 Royal Musketeers. Also makes him veteran, but not champion. And the factory is producing coin. Christian schools now researched. We do have some Shotel Warriors, which are a shock infantry unit. Evan's healing up this force still, looks like. Yeah, a couple guys are wounded. It's taking a long time to heal up his own armored pistoliers. Got a good number of falconets here, 5 falconets. His opponent has no culverins, no falconets, no papal bombards. He is going for the guard mortars, the Galalian mortars. He is going for more Kuzbalash, has a good number of Royal Musketeers now in the field. There are, of course, a native unit, so they take no population space. So he does have an inflated army at the moment of 82 units versus his opponent's 85. Ethiopian plays at max up population. Since he has max up population, he should just attack. His opponent's not attacking him. His Royal Musketeers, of course, a Musketeer variant. Holy crap, that is a large amount charge attack damage. Pushing for the Falconets would be a good idea. Lombard goes down. Somali Burba Seaport. I'm not sure what that is. Now going for the Loyal Warriors, making his native warriors, mercenaries, and outlaws cheaper, including shipments of them. Which, actually, that would probably affect the Sinar Horsemen as well, if he had that available anymore. You now have Springald, a Culverin variant. They do have 80 range resist and good amount of health. Not familiar with this variation. With the attack, that's all the stats there. Falconets getting focused down by those Culverin variants. 80 range resist is quite significant. But the Shotel Warriors are cleaning their way through. The Royal Musketeers will do bonus damage with the Shotel Warriors in melee. However, only a small damage multiplier. And the Shotel Warriors are champion. They do bonus damage as light infantry, so once they hit the skirmishers, they would do bonus damage versus them. Culverin's getting overran, the Falconets are destroyed, so they've done their job, and now they can die. And right now, there's a large amount of forces pushing forward. Ethiopian players going for more Shotel Warriors, which will rapidly reinforce the front lines. Opponent eyeing for more Musketeers, more Honored Kuzbalash, and eyeing for some Royal Horsemen, which are a mercenary variation 400. They may have 1,000 health each, like the Sinar Horsemen, I'm guessing. More tooting of the horns. Shotel Warriors now against the skirmishers, as mentioned beforehand. They do bonus damage versus them. A small amount, but it's a noticeable amount. Advent's now pushing way forward as well. They don't have a siege attack, but they can heal up guys. Champions from modded Dryados now pull it on out as well. They are classified as a native warrior. Shotel Warriors engaging these skirmishers. Skirmishers do less damage for them, since they do less damage versus shock. Actually, this, yeah, or just their hand attack, their range, yeah, it does do less damage there. Royal Horsemen right now do have 1,000 health, so they're weaker than the Sinar Horsemen. They are mercenary. They do have a good AoE hand attack, so they're a really heavy Kusira variant. Shotel Warriors now trying to engage the Kuzbalash. Royal Horsemen gain some damage on the Shotel Warriors, but simply getting overwhelmed by numbers. Does have an outpost here. Still haven't coin deployed it out, and the Italian player does surrender his grade, saying thank you for watching, and on to next replay.